Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 2023 BMW M8 Competition Gran Coupe. It's finished off in Brooklyn Gray Metallic, and we'll go over the MSRP once we go over all the specs and features for this family style performance oriented Gran Coupe. So let's start off with what powers this M8. This has a 4.4 liter twin power turbo V8. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, pumping out 617 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque, all sent through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, propelling this 4,500-pound sedan from 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds with a top speed of 189 miles an hour. Now, as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking right around 15 miles per gallon in the city and 22 out on the highway. So not all that bad considering the performance that you get from this vehicle. So for the 23-year model, there's not a whole lot of exterior design changes from the 2022. You'll notice that this model does have the Shadowline package, so it gives it all of the gloss black accents surrounding the kidney grille, which also has the forward-facing camera, plenty of cutouts to provide cooling to that engine, and there's a little bit of a design change with these vertical slats that run throughout it. Now, this also has the BMW 50 years badge, all the parking sensors, even adaptive cruise control, and you can see more of those cutouts in the lower section there to provide even more cooling. Now, there's a few lines coming down both sides, and of course this has the LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals with the laser light technology for those headlights. You can see the blue accents to indicate they are the laser lights. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a staggered setup for the wheels. They're 20 by 9.5 up front, 20 by 10.5 in the rear, finished off in gloss black. Beautiful design to these wheels with the M Sport brakes, 6 pistons up front, single pistons in the rear, again with that 50 years badge. It's a really nice combo with this exterior color. More gloss black for that trim piece, as well as being on the power folding side mirrors with the camera system and the turn signal, and the full carbon fiber roof, which is a great touch to see. More gloss black surrounding the window trim, and some nice lines that run down the side. Now, being the Gran Coupe, it is stretched, of course, to be like a sedan, but BMW calls it the Gran Coupe. Very nice, steeply raked rear glass, meeting the rear end here very nicely. Now, this also has gloss black for the spoiler. It has the backup camera with the LED taillights, all the parking sensors, and then more gloss black for that diffuser with that quad tip dual exhaust. Let's go ahead and take a listen to it. And then I can just triple tap on that lock button 3 times and this will come to life. And then you can just triple tap that button again for it to shut off. It sounds so good. Let's move on to the cargo space now. You can use the button on the key fob or the one up underneath. And there is a lot of space for this style of vehicle. There's some battery access on that driver's side, small net on the passenger side, and a really nice flat surface. You can also fold down the back seats too. So if you want to get some more interior space, I'll bring that one down once we come around to the back seat area. Now, you can lock the vehicle. You can also just close it depending on what you are doing. And then you can also unlock the back doors. You will hear that beep there. So that is a great touch to see. Now, paired with this Brooklyn Gray, we have the 3-tone basically for the door panel. We have the leather, the red leather, and then the Alcantara in the upper section with all the brushed aluminum accents, even the Bowers & Wilkins audio sound system. And you can even adjust all of these sunshades from the door panel there, so that is nice. There's one for each back glass, of course, and the one in the rear. And then 2-tone design for these seats. It is a nice, classy spec to see. Now, at 5'10", I have plenty of room for my feet and my legs. There's 2 air vents right in the middle, along with some auxiliaries and storage. And then these are also heated seats. We have all the climate adjustments for your backseat passengers. Now, this is a 5-seater, so your middle passenger would have a leg on both sides. A little bit inconvenient, but you can put someone in the middle if you really need to. Now, if we pull down the armrest, there are 2 cup holders on the back side, a little bit of storage space there, and everything is covered in leather along with the stitching. You can also fold down This middle seat, if you need a little bit more space. And the entire back is finished in Alcantara along with the headliner. Beautiful touch. Now I have around an inch or so above my head, but it is still very comfortable. And I forgot to talk about folding down the back seat. So you can see this angle with the amount of space, and this even has the BMW color stitched on the seat belts. Now the front door panel is just like the rear. However, there's the memory seating adjustments, all the window controls, the power folding side mirrors, and that trunk release. Everything else is the same. Beautiful design. M8 Competition is also an illuminating badge. And then you'll see M8 in the headrest. There's actually some Alcantara on the bolstering support, which is nice to see. And there is a manual adjustment for that leg rest if you need to pop that out. Now hopping into this car, it is a low car, but it's easy to enter and exit. Now as we take a look at the steering wheel, it's covered in leather with more of the stitching. It's the M steering wheel, so it is heated. We have volume and tuning on this right side, along with some Bluetooth and voice commands, cruise and adaptive cruise on that left side, paddle shifters too, and then M1 and M2. Let's fire this back up though. And we can go through the digital gauge cluster, where you will see on the left side is the fuel level and miles per hour. Right side is the tach and the engine temperature. And then you can go through some more info using the button on the top of the turn signal stalk. So currently it is showing the different driving modes that the vehicle is set up in. If I push on this button, you can now see what gear the vehicle is in. You can also pull up a live readout for the MPG, look at some more data information, pull up the TPMS, as well as the temperature for the tires. There's a few more vitals. You can look at live readouts for the horsepower and the torque, even pull up the G-force meter, and then monitor your music. And then you will notice too, this is the sensor for your face recognition. So when you have the adaptive cruise on, it can monitor that you are paying attention. Now on this left side, there's all the headlight adjustments, even more of the Alcantara lining the whole underside. There's one air vent, Alcantara on the cover for the gauges. This even has the head-up display, which is showing a miles per hour and the speed limit sign. If you want to change that, just push on M mode. You will see the entire gauge cluster change, as well as the RPM now being displayed on that head-up display. Alcantara runs across the entire dash. Such a beautiful design to see. Now this infotainment system is a little bit bigger than the previous year. On the home screen, everything else is the same. You will see the nav, phone and music, setup, engine and tire data, as well as some more data information and the compass. And then on the left side, these are all presets, so you can quickly get through all this information. If I go into car, now I can use all the buttons down below. It's still a touchscreen system, but this makes it easier. There's some shortcuts in front of that dial too. So if I go up to driving information, you can go through the different sport displays to monitor all of those graphics there and info. Under M1 and M2, you can go through how you want to set everything up. So you can quickly have presets for hardcore driving or just relaxing daily driving for one or the other. So it makes it very nice to have. You can also monitor more of the vehicle status settings there, and you have a lot more to configure with your exterior lighting, your driver assistance, even all of your climate controls and your engine start. And then we even have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, along with some other apps that you can install as needed. And then with all those shortcuts, it does make it very easy to go through the rest of that. Now this does have a shortcut to the intelligent safety, so you can go through all of these tech features that are available and set them up to your liking. And then for this LCD screen, you can go through the climates. Everything is finished off in brushed aluminum, makes it very easy to go through the system, and they're laid out well. This even has heated and ventilated seats, and you can control what you would like that button to be based on what you need for the day. There's a few other controls within that too. Power and volume for the radio is underneath that, as well as all the presets and tuning. You will see another M8 Competition badge, and carbon fiber surrounds everything in the middle. Now if I open this up, there's a wireless charging pad, 2 cup holders, and some auxiliaries. And then taking a look at this shifter now, let's put it into reverse, where you will see the 360 camera system. If I go to the 3D view, now you have no shortage of visibility. You can use the gesture control to swipe around this, or you can just use these individual points and shortcuts to see around it. Now there is another top-down view, and this even has parallel parking and the backup assistance. Now if you want to look at the forward-facing camera, simply just push on this button next to the shifter and you can see that in full screen. If you want to go into drive, pop it to the right, you hit it one more time, you can use the paddle shifters. Now on the back side, there's park along with the transmission adjustments, which I'll talk about once we get this out on the road. On this left side, there's also traction control, parking sensors, and the engine start stop. You already saw the M mode. There's also a setup, the exhaust note, auto hold with the electronic parking brake. And then for the center armrest, you have a good amount of space along with an auxiliary and plenty more space in the glove box, which is also lined in more of the Alcantara. This is such a beautiful and classy spec. It's not overdone with all of the red either. I think it's a nice touch with the inserts. We have the dome lights up top as well. And then visibility over this shoulder, it is very easy to see. But let's go ahead and get the all new M8 out on the road. And from second gear, here we go. This is such a quick car, and like I said, I'm not doing anything crazy in this $150,000 BMW because it is brand new, but there's a little bit that I can at least do today. And it's such a phenomenal vehicle. The interior spec on this is spot on. So many premium feeling materials. There's really nothing that you can argue with as far as how this interior is put together. It is so nice. This is a driver's car. This is a Gran Coupe. It's like a Grand Touring type of vehicle. Something that you can absolutely daily drive. And then when you're ready, you can take it on some mountain trips. You can take it to the track. 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. That will put you into the back seat if you're not paying attention. This has incredible, incredible performance to it. Paired with that all-wheel drive system, you have something that it doesn't matter what you're driving in. You can absolutely daily drive this and bring your friends and family with you. I've been in the quickest shifts for today's video, of course, but you can tone it back, and I'm at a loss for words because of how amazing this is to drive. I don't get to be, or I'm not in the M8 that often, but if you're looking for this style of vehicle, I can't really think of anything else that really could compete with this. Maybe the Porsche Panamera GTS, one of those higher trim levels, that's kind of a vehicle like this. Audi has their Sportback designs. RS7 will be in a similar price point. So it mainly just depends on what brand you like better, what options and features you would like to go for. I have reviewed some of those models that I just mentioned if you want to check out those videos as well. But to me, I love the BMW. This is a really nice platform. We have the floating top of the mirrors there. All of the M competition cars will have that design. So quick in those shifts, and it sounds very good as well. Now as we make a U-turn here, visibility is also really easy to see all around, so I do like that. With that design, it doesn't really hinder anything. And I think that's going to wrap it up for this 2023 BMW M8 Competition Gran Coupe. Such a beautiful, beautiful vehicle. Definitely put this on your list if you're looking for a sedan Gran Coupe of this style. But huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Check out their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.